Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN Tuesday afternoon, just after 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and we have markets in the red. Chairman Powell speaking this afternoon, but there's a lot going on in this market. Not sure he's the one that was pulling it back. You did get an acceleration, though, on some of the comments that he had. Stock prices, fairly highly valued, and yeah, talking about, well, let's not. We'll pull it up right now. Yeah, Jerome Powell. Oh, come on, get up there. There he goes. Describes rates as modestly restrictive, keeping the door open to cuts, modestly restrictive. There is no risk-free path. Well, they have two mandates, and they're both battling right now. So nonetheless, you got Powell talking, you got markets escalating to lower prices right now. Tech stocks trading lower. S&P's off by 0.7% right now. We're coming down to the lows that we had at about 140. You have the NASDAQ 100 off about 0.8% or 202 points, 24,800. The Dow was higher. Now we get some movers in the Dow, like Goldman, UNH, but the Dow was up to 47,055. Just like that, you give up almost 500 points. We're trading at 46,592. The Dow off 0.3% or 132 points in the Russell. Negative by 7 points right now, or 0.3% as well. Bitcoin off about $280, 111,970. Ethereum chopping around near 4,200 at 41.79, up by $40. Crude quite a bit from yesterday's low, as crude goes from 61.61. We're at 63.72. And yeah, you have President Trump, and I heard some of the wording in terms of, I was running around to a couple appointments today, middle of the day, and they were playing the comments on Bloomberg in terms of President Trump's, and he was asked if Russian airplanes get over NATO, should NATO countries shoot them down? He said yes. Doesn't exactly mean that's what's going to come, okay? But nonetheless, tensions ratcheting up, and you have crude pushing $1.45 to the upside, 63.73 right now. Gold having quite a day, but gold even. Look at this. Just in the last few minutes, gold traded off $25. What's going on there? We were up to 38.24 in the pre-market. We're back to 37.89. You jump over to the dollar, and no move in the dollar. 97.26 in the dollar. You jump over to yields right now. We're pushing about 4.13. 4.13 on the 10-year. We jump around to some of the movers. So NVIDIA, almost all of yesterday's gain, off 2.8% or $5.10 in the red to 178.50. Amazon, talk about a move, man. Amazon down $7 almost, or 3% on the dot, to 220.80 right now. Jump around to some of the other Magnificent Seven. Apple off about 0.8% right now. Google off about 0.5%. Microsoft shares down 1.1% right now. And yeah, you take a look at this heat map. Here's your NASDAQ 100. Okay, so very few equities. Micron is up 1.1. Intel up 2.6%. AppLovin up by 2%. We got Gilead up by 2.3%. Everything else dramatically in the red. You jump over to the Dow. And look at that. Goldman actually rolling over. Goldman was one of the big benefactors today. When you got a price-weighted index and you got a stock that trades at $800, I mean, look at this. Goldman just gave up $20 from where it was at the highs, folks, okay? I always love running this over. So Goldman gives up $20. There's Goldman, $800. And meanwhile, you have equities like Verizon that trade at $43. Verizon's in the Dow, and it might as well be a meaningless company in the Dow because it trades at $43. And meanwhile, Verizon, I know I'm digressing, but Verizon is a $182 billion company, and it has 1/20th of the effect on the Dow than Goldman does, being an $800 company. And meanwhile, Goldman is only a $243 billion company. So a $243 billion company has 20 times the impact as Verizon does as a $182 billion company. Nonetheless, industrials, but that was a big factor. You had Goldman, dramatically higher. Dow was dramatically higher. You give it back. UNH, yeah, was up to 352. You give it back. We're at 347, still up by about 1.9% right now for UNH. Jump around to some others. Disney off about 0.6% right now. Netflix shares off about 0.9%. Paramount Skydance, look at that acceleration. Trading up by $1.36, up by 7.3% to $19.97. And Warner Brothers Discovery up by 16 pennies. Stay tuned, folks. Come right back.